Well, this afternoon, the 119th United States Congress was sworn in, ushering in a power shift in Washington as Republicans take control of both the Senate and House ahead of President-elect Donald Trump being sworn in later this month. Representative Lloyd Doggett has represented Austin in Congress for 20 years now. He's joining us live from Capitol Hill to talk about the day. Representative Doggett, we thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ashley. Always great to join you.
You know, as we head into this next session, talk to us about your top priorities.
Well, there are many. I would have to say, first of all, I'm very appreciative of the fact that our neighbors have given me another opportunity to work here and express our Austin values. And it's a particularly important time because I think our democracy is really imperiled. We have a president-elect who thinks that he can rule the country essentially by executive decree, and that Congress will always be his willing partner, never holding him accountable. You saw just now Speaker Johnson kind of limp into office, taking that gavel. But while he has the Speaker's gavel, the big hammer is out there with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And at any moment, one tweet away, you're fired, he is out of here. The margin in Congress in the House is so close. He was elected 215 to 218. You would think that you'd get more cooperation, more solving our problems by working together. If there is a willingness to do that, we can solve some of those problems, but I'm concerned that what we may face are moments of chaos intermingled with incompetence and intermingled with executive decrees that do more harm than they do good in solving any of our problems.
You know, you mentioned that inability to sort of work together. Are there particular issues that you think where this is really going to come into play that are going to have large impacts? I mean, I off top think about the tax code, right, and the changes that we could see there. But when we talk about things that people are going to see at home, what really concerns you, I guess, going into this next session?
Well, I think the first one is what will happen on January 20th this year if Trump imposes these new Trump taxes on every avocado or tomato, fresh produce, other products that we get and are pretty dependent on in Texas from Mexico. And that's exactly what he's proposing to do. So I oppose the grocery tax, and I think we have to push back on tariffs that not only raise the prices that we pay, but could launch a trade war when everyone will lose. The second issue that I think impacts us is health care. I'm the top Democrat on the health care subcommittee, and I'm concerned about Republican discussion of changing the way the Affordable Care Act works. It provides access to a family physician and needed pharmaceuticals for thousands of families across our area, and so protecting the Affordable Care Act is very important. And then we also have a major issue that I know you'll be covering in the legislature as well, and that is support for our public schools. As a product of the Austin Public Schools and father and grandfather of children who've gone through the Austin Public Schools, I think that's really important, and that these voucher programs, one by Governor Abbott, another here in Washington in the form of tax credits, not be used to take away public resources that should be going to strengthen our public schools.
You know, obviously, one of the big issues that we see show up in poll after poll and in conversation with people here at home is about immigration. And the president-elect has very, big plans. He has said starting, day one, starting his first week in office when it comes to immigration and mass deportations. Talk to us about whether or not Congress is going to have any say in any of this.
Well, certainly there has been a need to have secure borders. But the idea that we will once again be tearing children, babies, away from their mother's arms, the policy the Trump administration used deliberately to try to intimidate people into staying away from our country, are policies that we just cannot stand. Congress will be asked to pay for the Trump policy if he intends to deport even a small fraction of the 11 million or so people that he declared he would get out of the country. I think we as members of Congress and our local governments need to do what we can to protect vulnerable communities. And then in addition to this whole question of immigration by those who have not entered our country properly, I'm concerned about the Trump policies as they relate to legal immigration. Our tech industries and our healthcare system really need the H-1B and other visas that they rely upon to get skilled foreign workers here legally. And the extremists like Stephen Miller and the Trump administration don't seem to want immigration in any form. This is one of the issues that I actually agree with Elon Musk on, that if we're to continue to fuel our economy, we need those highly skilled immigrants who have an opportunity to get to our country without as much hassle and with as much limitation as we have today. But I'll have to say I'm also concerned about the effect on inflation of Trump's policy directed at those immigrants who don't have high skills but are invaluable in the construction industry, in the service industry, at a time when we have a shortage of workers. Now is not the time to expel some of those vital workers.
Okay. A lot of issues that we know you're going to stay on top of. Congressman Doggett, we thank you so much for taking some time out to talk with us today.
Thank you, Ashley. All the best.